Oh.
Welcome to Deep Dive Daily.
Andy, what up? Good morning. Happy fuck around Friday. Speaking of fuck around, we'll do our best Rory McIlroy impression and just we'll hit all over the fucking place today. No rundown.
We'll have a strong first 10 minutes, and then the last 5 minutes, I'll be crying, and I think he's got both of his shoes off and one sock.
I think it's a sock. Yeah, a sock. Yeah,
the Baumer's a mess.
I am against him in this tournament financially, so I feel bad saying it out loud, but I took a little bit of glee rewatching 15 yesterday when he pitched it into the water. His live win probability, his live prices at that point were like, Christ, this is going to be a sweat all weekend. I don't want this. And ultimately, I was like, he did the opposite of what Scotty did, laying up on that pitch. He just went right for it. And apparently the only guy on the course that didn't get the message, him and Cantlay, the only guys on the course that didn't get the message that the 15th green was glass.
The hood of a car.
Oops.
Oopsie dilly daisy-o.
Yeah. So what the I guess major takeaway, Andy's hat game is top notch. Alex mentions just a killer Coors Golden Colorado hat. His sweatshirt is also top game. You want to give the people wine of the week?
What is wine? I wore this because it's Wine Friday.
Week, Josh.
It's not going to be Josh.
It's honestly not crazy.
It's not bad wine. I've had it. It's fine.
You know what's funny? I was going to recommend a sangria today because we're hosting. Should we just get into this now, or do you want to talk Masters first and save this for the end?
There's not a lot to say. Like, I also found glee in Rory messing up, because he has his Hardo army, and I don't like him, and obviously I'm not on him in any way, shape, or form. The real sicko bet though, and I feel bad because I posted 40 bets in my newsletter, and then
winners.
Well, I'm saying I was going to say I have more than that. I left some out because I'm like, all right, this is getting ridiculous. But some of them were just kind of double dipping on the same thing. But the real sicko bet fun from yesterday was Dunlap, because not only did I have a
Dunlap
over 43.5 for worst back nine, I had an over 80. It was 43.5 and 84.5, I believe. Someone had to shoot 13 over or worse in a round. So it was worst round over this, worst back nine over that. And it's fun because you don't know you start the day in the tournament, and this is probably the Thursday, Friday thing.
Sure.
The back nine thing, maybe you can cash it if someone has a collapse in the weekend, but it's mostly amateurs, olds, and guys who, hey, I won a bad event and I shouldn't really be here, and it's my first time, and oh my God, I'm making a mess. But you don't know who it's going to be. You don't know who you're going to be rooting for / against until something happens. So you have these guys you have them on watch, like, +4 through 4. You're on the watch. And then Dunlap, +7 on the front nine. I said, buddy, you're getting a star on the app. You're going right to the top.
We're watching you.
It was kind of hard to watch his some of his shots, but every time I did find it on the on the featured channels he was on, it's like, oh no, he's in the water again. Oh no, more trouble. Oh no, another double. It's like, this is just this. It wasn't even close. He needed to shoot like I said 13 over, I think, was the winner.
Yeah.
And it was not I'm like,
close.
Oh no, because he got right on that. I'm like, oh no, I can't birdie anymore now. And that wasn't a worry.
I was definitely kind of watching and rooting for you on that, obviously, but even more than that, the replay of some of his drives off the tee,
it was
3-17. It was like, whoa, what is this guy doing out here? Is it blisters?
I don't know. It didn't look like he was holding the club right when he was making contact. I know what you're saying. Yeah, shit looked wrong.
Yeah.
Kudos to him for not withdrawing.
Sure, of
Most,
course.
I think because it's Augusta, you don't. But like
He can
a
make
lot of
history,
other
Andy.
places, dude. Once you're 10 over, I
Yeah.
think if you're at the Wyndham, if you're in any other, you probably just like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get a BLT, maybe a club sandwich. We're
I hear
gonna
the
just,
pimento cheese sandwiches here are
yeah,
good.
yeah. I mean, he just
Um,
call it, buddy. So
all right.
congrats to him.
Some real commentary on the winner. If you kind of made me make a declarative statement after watching yesterday and after looking at the data, it would be this is either Scotty or Oberg, right? It's going one of those directions. Bryson, I guess, is kind of in the mix still, but I didn't see a high enough quality from him yesterday to think that's coming. Oberg's putter let him down 4 or 5 times in sort of the end of the front nine into the back nine, where it was like, dude, like he's so close to just putting together a run that is gonna like move him into 7, 8, 9 territory, where obviously Justin Rose ended up. But he played extremely well yesterday, and he is a threat. Scotty, if
Just didn't
he's just always he's always going to be a factor here, but the fact that he's in the afternoon wave makes me kind of wonder a little bit. Oh, dude, Oberg's putter again. As we're speaking, it's letting him down. He just had a chance to move to 5 with the birdie, and he doesn't get it after just a brilliant pitch. Yeah, I mean, if Oberg's putter doesn't show up and if Rose's putter doesn't cool off, maybe Rose really is a factor here, but it kind of just feels like Scotty's going to put 3-4 under on the card every single day, and you have to play a perfect weekend if you're Justin Rose to compete with him. So we shall see. The anyone else?
You don't
really
think Connors has a shot? Yeah, do you think Connors has a shot in hell?
I haven't seen him put together 4 rounds at a major that suggests he does. Have you?
No, but I was going to say he's played here. He's not, he's not some 24-year-old that's super intimidating. He's a great ball striker. If he plays like he played yesterday, like he has a chip chair and a chance. I just don't know if 20-1 live odds are.
I don't think so.
That.
I think your top 4. If
Rory's 11-1 which is pretty.
That's
funny.
insane. Your top 4 after Scotty, Oberg, and Bryson, probably Hatton for me, at least from what I saw yesterday. I would kind of keep an eye on him.
I could get behind that.
Yeah, he played really well, I thought. So yeah, I mean, it was obviously a lot of golf left to be played. If Justin Rose holds on, that'll be an amazing story. But it would surprise me.
At 45, it would surprise me. My God.
I mean, it would surprise me just because we've seen this story before. We've seen him open with the 65, and he wasn't really a factor. So it's kind of, he needs to. I think he needs to probably play 2 under overall today, get to 9. It's not going to be enough to win the tournament, but I think he at least needs to be at 9-ish to start the weekend to have a chance of holding off Scotty, and we'll see if any of the other guys step up. Maybe I'm underestimating Bryson. Maybe yesterday was a warm-up round for him, and he gets a little sharper. He obviously wasn't playing especially competitive golf on LIV the last 4 months, so yeah, we'll see. But it should be an amazing weekend. Conditions look incredible. Sunday's going to be fucking phenomenal. Cannot wait. Quick note on the NBA. Yesterday was a disaster. First, I have not been full staking really since the All-Star break.
That Timberwolves
under. And I haven't seen a team let go of the rope like the Grizzlies did in a long time. Like, you're at home, your fucking playoff lives are kind of in the balance, and you just fucking let go. Like, that was awful from them. I'm starting to wonder how much Taylor Jenkins was really like screaming at them in game to do their defensive jobs based on the defensive level we saw from them last night. That was awful. Yeah, I couldn't believe how the lack of competitiveness in that squad. So good for the Thunder round 1, potentially. They're going to play the Grizzlies or the Kings or the Mavericks, I guess, which is insane. But bad for the Thunder round 2, Andy, is that a win tonight for the Clippers locks them into the 5, probably against the Nuggets in the 4. It's weird shit's gonna still like determine the way that everything gets shaken out seating wise. But the best team in basketball over the last 15 games is the LA Clippers, and it's not fucking close. Their net rating over the last 15 is 117.1. Their offense is incredible, 124-1 offensive rating. Defense is as good as any team has been all season at 107. They are 5 points clear in net rating over the Thunder right now, which is wild. And they have a healthy Kawhi Leonard. So I'm not going to keep saying this to jinx him, but they have a healthy Kawhi Leonard, Andy, who's healthy, who's playing like the all-NBA Kawhi Leonard that I know. And if that guy stays healthy, my goodness gracious, the Clippers are going to be a very, very tough out. I'm not necessarily worried about the Nuggets, but it looks like they've locked in the 4 with a win tonight over the helpless Grizzlies. So no action for me tonight. I'm probably going to kick the can down the road for the rest of the NBA regular season and keep my powder dry for the plans in the playoffs. But yeah, yesterday was, and maybe that's good. Maybe it's good to take a loss like that. Just be like, oh yeah, just remember what this is like. You remember what this feels like to really kind of think that you have a solid edge and just get kicked in the teeth. Maybe that's good. So we'll see how things go for the playoff seeding, but in a complete vacuum right now, I would say your 4-5 is going to be Nuggets, Clippers. Your 3-6 is going to be Lakers, Warriors. Your 2-7 is going to be Rockets, Timberwolves, and your 1-8 is going to be Oklahoma City versus it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So Timberwolves probably still in the play-in, hosting the first game.
Probably that was a good win, but you're probably going to get Timberwolves -9 against the Grizzlies.
But at the Target
in
Center.
the 7-8, yeah, at the Target Center. Yeah. They'll be the higher seeded team. Yes, I got to double check my tiebreakers and just make sure that the Warriors don't fall to the 7. But yeah, looks to me like Timberwolves are destined for 6-7. Warriors are destined for 6-7. And all this can change in a dime. And it's also crazy because like the Sunday game between the Clippers Warriors might matter and it might not. Which is crazy. So whatever. Tie breaks are all kinds of fucked up once you get into, well, what if there's a 4-team tiebreak? Well, what if there's a 5-team tiebreak? There's still possibly a 6-team, which actually I don't think actually that's possible. But anyway, let's talk about your weekend plans, Andy. I know you already have your pimento cheese spread / dip taken care of as far as your cooking. What else you got on the card?
Probably grilling. I don't know what yet. It's funny too, because when I was doing the grilling for my birthday last weekend, I asked my kid, I want hot dogs. So I got him the good hot dogs at least.
Nice.
And my wife wanted walleye fillet. So I went and got some fresh walleye which turned out really well. I put it with butter and seasoning and lemons in a foil packet on the grill. And it puffs it up nice. It was very good. My daughter wanted lamb, and the grocery store I have doesn't have lamb all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and they're like, closer to Easter, we'll have lamb, buddy. I'm like, all right, thanks. So I text her. I'm like, hey, no lamb. What's your second option for grilling? She says ribs. Doesn't realize hey, those take 6 hours. It's just not happening. Like you're getting a steak, so you get a really small fillet. But it was funny. But it made me think. I haven't done ribs probably since 2024. Man, I didn't do them really over the winter. You get those 3 packs at Costco, the baby backs, at a pretty good price. So I think I may smoke some ribs. A nice, easy 6-hour smoke. We're gonna do some work outside anyway this weekend.
Yeah, you got spring weather.
Yeah, I mean, I got to balance that with watching golf too.
Is there snow on the ground?
No, it's been nicer. It was chilly last night, like 30s, 40s. But
have you ever had
50s, 60s, baby? Summer.
My initial kind of watch yesterday with the featured groups, I was like frustrated because there was a lot of commercials, and I was just like, show more of them just walking around and talking. What the fuck? We got more of that today. They basically just get the commercials like a Band-Aid on Thursday, and then there's many fewer after that. But then when you're out and about and you're doing tasks or errands or whatever, I put on the
Oh,
Masters
Masters
radio.
Radio. So
Yeah.
good.
Mike Tirico carrying
Yeah.
the Masters radio, outstanding. And it's but that's the commercials on that series. Oh my goodness. Ooh, it's tough. You just want that's like, just tell me what's happening. Tell me what's happening. I need to know what's
feel
happening.
like I listened to it just into
JT
the
was
app.
spicy on the mic yesterday, Patrick. He was not happy with his
I
performance.
think,
You could have
I
guessed
just
that.
had it on the app, the radio, right? I feel like last year I just pulled it up
On the
on
app,
that,
yeah.
and that's when I was.
But they went to
so
commercial. It's the same feed as whatever Sirius XM channel they're broadcasting it, and the commercials were pretty intense. Holt mentions this, and I wanted to give this a shout. I forgot about this. Instead of using cheese on your cheeseburger, a little pimento cheese spread. Oh my God, is that a good idea? I think we're gonna do that on Sunday. We are hosting
make burgers too.
We're hosting friends and family from all over the state for the 50th running of the Long Beach Grand Prix Sunday. And we have a party at my house on Friday, in-laws Saturday, and then back at my house on Sunday. I think we're doing largely fish on the grill, seafood tonight with paella. Yes. Pie. I got the giant 16-inch paella pan. We're doing a double serving of the paella, and then on the grill, skewers of shrimp. We're gonna make scallops. We're gonna do fish. We're gonna do andouille sausage, and then everybody gets to pick what they want to put on their paella serving. Gonna skip the clams and mussels. I don't know
that song on the radio this morning.
And then
mussels from a shell.
Yeah, to go with that, we're doing a little sangria, which honestly is the perfect application for Josh.
It's the first wine. It's probably the first wine I ever drank. The big jug of Carlo Rossi. Sangria. I'm like, oh yeah, this is like juice. I can drink this because that shit is like grape juice. It's sweet.
Oh, I love it. So our
make your own? Like a sangria punch?
Yes. Do that? Giant sangria punch. Absolutely.
Bunch of citrus fruits.
We're doing we used 2 bottles of red, and then we use a full bottle of the wonderful pomegranate juice, fresh squeezed lemon juice, little simple syrup. You use an orange liqueur, either Grand Marnier or Cointreau. We use a cognac or a brandy. And then
I actually use an Armagnac in that. An
Armagnac that's a brandy. That's a wonderful choice. And then we do a lot of citrus and then strawberries. So that'll go well with a nice Josh.
It's funny
I personally prefer a Merlot for my sangria, just because it's not going to surprise you and be tannic. It's just going to be mellow and chill. And I think I'll end this wine of the week with a quick story. Do you know the Merlot background?
A Merlot Broham. It's a kind of car.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Real quick, Brett, I was expecting American Promise to run in the Lexington, but he looked so good at the Virginia Derby and auto qualified for the Kentucky Derby that they put him on ice and are prepping him for the Kentucky Derby. So he is not in the Lexington tomorrow. And in fact, the field for the Kentucky Derby is complete, short of scratches. So we know who's running, and American Promise is my boy. So hopefully he's 17 hands, Andy. 17 hands. He's a monster. So hopefully he's in good form for Dwayne Lucas at the Kentucky Derby. But that's weeks away, Brett. Nothing for me in Lexington tomorrow. The Merlot story I was going to tell you is, the since about like 2003-ish, 2004, they've been like tearing Merlot out worldwide because the demand is so weak.
Yeah.
For Merlot, because of Sideways. And because of that freaking the weasel character that Paul Giamatti plays in Sideways, who ironically is based on the author who wrote the book. It's basically an autobiography, right? He's telling his own story. And and that guy apparently sucks. But I digress. And even though Paul Giamatti's character, if you watch the movie, he makes mistake after mistake after mistake. There's no reason you should, in any way, shape, or form, like look to him for life advice or guidance at all.
Or Thomas Hayden Church. He's
Or Thomas Hayden Church.
Cheating on his honey or his bachelor party.
Yet, in the scene where they are preparing for the date, and he says, if she orders the Merlot, I'm leaving. Like, he's somehow generated enough credibility as a wine opinion haver that shifted like worldwide commerce for a specific varietal of wine, right? People are like, oh, this guy thinks Merlot's lame. I'm not buying Merlot anymore. Like, oh God, this stuff must be.
Yeah, if the bad guy from Big Fat Liar, Merlot's not good. I'm out.
Yes. And I definitely fell into this. I was like, oh man, Merlot, yeah. And I guess just for the record, we do full on grocery store Merlot for the sangria. We use Rex Goliath, but I'm sure Josh makes lovely Merlot as well.
One of the bars I go to has like a Rex Goliath chicken. Have you seen those?
Oh, they do?
No, but like I'm pointing to like where the head comes up to on me. Like it's in their vestibule. This thing is, 5.5 feet tall chicken. And it's the Rex Goliath.
Incredible.
Cock.
Well,
why?
Yeah, the Rex Goliath wine. The Rex Goliath wine is like $4, and we get the large format for the sangria because that's what we're doing. We're doubling it up. But the end of the Merlot story, Andy, the whole impact on the wine industry, happy accident of the way that the film was written. They had the 20th anniversary of the film, and the author kind of goes into a little bit more detail about the book. And in the book, he says, if she orders the Merlot, I'm leaving, not because of what the impression you get from the film of that being an indicator of her taste, but because his ex-wife's drink was Merlot. And so he's literally like, I can't go through it again with a woman whose drink is Merlot. Has nothing to do with the quality of the wine. And so sort of a little bit of a happy accident that they changed the direction of the wine industry with the way that the screenplay was written for Sideways.
I just watched that like last summer. I hadn't seen it in quite a while. Aged weird. Some of those movies do age weird.
Oh, absolutely. It ages weird. That one in particular. Yeah. A couple 40-year-olds behaving badly. Like,
I had there's that like nostalgia factor of like films you watched when you were young. Because like I watched Tommy Boy, and Tommy Boy was the funniest movie I'd ever seen in my life.
I've seen, same.
Yeah, and then I watched it with my kid.
Did you see him run through the fence in the opening credits? Oh my God.
It was still very, very funny. But like, it's funny how like a lot of other films just I've watched haven't quite held up like that. Tommy Boy held up. I don't know. Happy Gilmore held up pretty well. A couple of the other ones I've watched from like my teen and preteen years, formative years, like, oh, this isn't funny at all. This movie's terrible. Cable Guy, terrible movie.
I think that was terrible in the moment.
I don't know.
Dumb and Dumber holds up. You seen
Dumb
that
and Dumber does hold up.
That's
no, but anyway. So back to the nostalgia factor. My son does well in school, except in reading. Hates reading. A's and some B's, and then like C's and D's in reading. So we were like, all right, we gotta manage this. Making him read a lot at home to get better at it.
Yeah.
Hates us for it, but he's getting better. So I picked good books for like.
Can AI do this, Dad?
I know. So I picked good books that like I read when I was his age, and maybe they haven't read in school that have movies. Because then if you finish the book, watch the movie. You finish Charlotte's Web, obviously a classic banger. And my wife's like, "Oh yeah, I like that one," and she wanted to watch the like Dakota Fanning real life one. I'm like, no, I want the 70s cartoon.
Yeah.
The rat singing about going to the fair, and she's like, that one looks weird and dumb.
Some pig.
Like, what? Yeah. Axel, my kid, he was blown away that I could name all the things from the web. Like, it's in a song. It's been stuck in my head since 1992, buddy.
Final comment.
That's my Friday night. I will After
Yes.
golf, have to watch Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's
It's been
Web.
promised.
All right. Patrick asks, how is Sideways still relevant in the industry like 20 years later? There's another relevant part of Sideways that I learned about. Many wineries, all of the wineries in Santa Barbara, by the way, it completely exploded Santa Barbara as a wine region generally, and specifically the Santa Ynez Valley. It was the most underrated and the quietest wine industry, region in California. It's now relatively big. They make amazing Pinot Noir there, particularly Santa Rita Hills. If you're looking for a higher class wine rec than Rex Goliath Merlot, get some Santa Rita Hills Pinot Noir. Unreal. The other impact that it's had, besides making that a viable tourist place, they can no longer have spit buckets, Andy. The scene where he picks up the spit bucket and pours it all over himself. Yeah. Too many people were recreating that scene and just making a god awful mess when they were wasted in Santa Ynez Valley. That if you can find a spit bucket in Santa Ynez Valley, I will give you $50.
I was gonna say I've seen them.
They are gone.
I've seen them in Napa.
Yeah, but in Santa Ynez Valley, good luck finding a spit bucket anywhere because too many people were recreating that scene.
That's so gross.
It's so fucking gross. Anyway, all right, man. Enjoy the rest of your
What are you
weekend.
doing? What are you doing this weekend?
Oh, we're going to the races, man. Hosting.
I forgot you're going to the boat race.
Well, it's an IndyCar race, but that's okay. The boat races, I think.
Oh yeah.
Boat races are in a couple. The boat races aren't until May, man. The Congressional Cup. You're thinking the Congressional Cup and the Long Beach Grand Prix. It's an easy.
I was gonna say, and I will one more shout out to the Masters app because it's so nice that you can just. It's not just following along on the scoreboard and a little bit of shot tracking. Like I can watch whatever stream I want on my phone when I have to go do something because I did forget there is one softball game I have to go to on Saturday it's at 11 a.m. So it'll be like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah. You take the chair that you can kick your legs up and then put the app on your lap with the headphones in. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's Masters app is coming with, although I will say, Jesus, I was about to say something these girls they're growing up, like in a less creepy way though.
They're getting better at it.
Well, it's like I've been watching these same girls play softball since they were like 10.
Dude,
and you can imagine what 10-year-old softball is like. Like it was. I went to a game last night after golf. Thank God it was later, but it was kind of nice, man. It's like they're like athletes now. There's a couple piss missiles to the fence. I'm like, we're gonna have a home run soon. Yeah,
sick.
It's softball's not as bad as it used to be. Watching just 13 walks and a bunch of girls get hit by pitches. we got some hitters. So I'll be still watching golf though.
All right.
Maybe I'll start setting lines for her. She's been making good contact this year. She had a triple.
I dig it.
I think if she didn't have my speed, it would probably been a inside the Parker.
Well, best of luck to Oberg, Scotty, Rose.
I bet Hatton 28-1 live.
Hatton, yes, yeah. Any of those four win, we are in beautiful shape. Enjoy the rest of